Hey guys, how's it going? It is the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with it is a Bitcoin update video. I'm going to do Bitcoin and Pi as well. Pi, like I said, we have it. For those of you that don't know, it's a cryptocurrency you can mine on your phone. It's very easy. My referral code is down below. If you haven't started mining yet for Pi, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you want to go off the street, you can't. You need somebody else's referral code, so use mine down below. And that's just something that I think will start at probably around 10 cents a coin. Again, this is just my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but you can literally mine, I think you start at 0.1 coins an hour. You get a coin, I think, as long as you use my referral code. But speaking of coins, Bitcoin, there's a bunch of news today. It shot up. It was at like 53, went up to like 57 over the weekend, really last night. I don't know if it had anything to do with ARK Invest, with Cathie Wood, because ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood says, quote, scarcity will push Bitcoin price much, much higher. Me, myself, again, this is just what I'm doing. I put in another $4,000 into Bitcoin today. I now have 0.661 Bitcoins, and I am waiting for this giant deal to fund. And then as soon as that happens, I will be getting a couple of Bitcoin. Most of it's going to that. That is what's helped me retire at the age of 30. So Cathie Wood, founder, CIO, and CEO of ARK Invest Management, LLC, talked about Bitcoin while speaking during CBOE's Exchange Perspectives webinar held on March 25th. That was a couple days ago. Cathie Wood believes that Bitcoin's market cap, currently about $1 trillion, will in the future be a lot higher. Quote, if we added all the potential demand relative to the limited supply, we come up with incredible numbers over the long term. We have just begun. $1 trillion is nothing compared to where this will ultimately be. She also mentioned increasing use of Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset by publicly held companies such as Square and Tesla. I'm going to pause right there. Square, MicroStrategy, and Grayscale. Those three companies are buying more Bitcoin per day than is being minted. So I'm going to let you guys one more time. MicroStrategy, Square, and Grayscale are buying more Bitcoin each day than is being mined. About 900 is being mined, about 2,700 is being bought each day. Tesla's definitely buying more. They definitely, and again, I don't have proof that they're buying more, but they did just last week say, hey, you could buy Teslas with Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin that you give us for our Teslas will not be converted into fiat. That's all I'm saying. Quote, I think the most surprising development recently, and we didn't expect it when we wrote our institutional report, is that companies are now diversifying their cash with Bitcoin. We've seen Square do this, Tesla do it. MicroStrategy is defining its business around it now. This is from Cathie Wood. One of the things that make Bitcoin very attractive asset class for Cathie Wood is its low correlation to other asset classes, even though it's worth keeping in mind that during times of financial stress, such as during March of 2020, all correlations tend to go to 1. Quote, the correlation of returns to other asset classes is extremely low. In fact, according to our analysis, the highest correlation is to real estate, 0.34, and so it's what every asset allocator seeks, non-correlated assets. We do believe this is the first new asset class, truly new asset class, since the 1600s, since equities, says Cathie Wood. I would have went ahead, if you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I would have said it'd be Pokemon cards. Sports cards in general, but yeah, Pokemon cards that's what helped me make my fortune. But again, I'm putting most of it into Bitcoin. Wood also talked about how much of their portfolio institutional investors should allocate to Bitcoin. Quote, we've done a study, it's on our website, ARK-Invest, about institutional participation in this thing. I think we did 1 million Monte Carlo simulations. If institutions use that kind of analysis where they maybe want to minimize volatility or, on the other extreme, maximize the Sharpe ratio, they should probably put something between 2.5 and 6.5 Bitcoin in their portfolios. 2.5 and 6.5% of Bitcoin in their portfolios. The right now mine, again, just keeping things honest here, I have less than 10%. I have maybe about 5% of my portfolio in Bitcoin. Again, that's going to change drastically over the next month. The views and opinions expressed by the author are informal purposes. So again, that's and that was yesterday. But early this morning, ARK Invest CEO on Bitcoin, 1 trillion is nothing compared to future growth. And this is coming from bitcoinist.com. So this is a very pro-Bitcoin website. Back in 2018, ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood infamously predicted that Tesla shares would reach $4,000 in a matter of a few years. Again, this was in 2018. Investors and critics ostracized her high-conviction bet, as at the time, Tesla was facing a major liquidity crunch on the brink of bankruptcy. It seemed like an impossible task for the automaker to appreciate by 1,200% when it could barely stay solvent. But as luck would have it, I don't think it's luck, Wood's bet on Tesla came true earlier this year as Tesla shares rose to 800 a share, or predicted by the 4,000 pre-stock split. Cathie Wood remains ultra bullish on Bitcoin. Now the star-studded asset manager is betting on Bitcoin to continue soaring. Cathie Wood has been a longtime advocate for the digital asset, with her ARKW fund holding approximately $370 million in Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. That's GBTC. That is Golf, Bravo, Tango, Charlie. For the you can put that in the ticker symbol. So 370 of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, ARKW, if you want to just use hers. As Bitcoin prices surged this year, its market capitalization reached $1 trillion in value. Now, this being said, Cathie Wood herself is worth about $250 million, and I guarantee you she holds a good amount. And I'm going to say she probably holds 10% into Bitcoin, probably even more because Tesla's tied to Bitcoin. Because Tesla, like I said, they originally put 1.5 billion into Bitcoin, and I'm sure they've been buying since then, and I'm sure that they, like I said, everything that they're using, which they've said that they're selling to get Bitcoin for, they're not converting back into fiat, they're not converting back into cash, it is staying Bitcoin. Now, while monumental achievement for the world's largest cryptocurrency, many analysts and investors doubted the digital currency's future growth, citing limited potential, limited upside. Wood, however, argued that Bitcoin's market capitalization of over $1 trillion is just the beginning, and she said, quote, "If we add all the potential demand relative to the limited supply, we come up with incredible numbers over the long term. We have just begun. $1 trillion is nothing compared to where this will ultimately be." Again, that's Cathie Wood for you. She stated that one of the most surprising developments for the cryptocurrency was the massive surge in institutional demand as the United States economy faces inflationary pressures, with potential interest rate hikes by 2023. Analysts have predicted the dollar to depreciate. Now, you go out, see people like, oh, yeah, prices are rising a little bit because their dollar's losing value, because they just printed $1.9 trillion, and they're thinking again about printing another $3 trillion, which is absolutely bananas. Yeah, they're devaluing our money in a horrible way. So what's going to happen? Well, we're going to have to try to move away from that. That's what I'm doing, at least. Moving on, as a result, major institutional companies and asset management firms began hoarding Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, taking millions of coins out of circulation. According to figures from Glassnode, Bitcoin's illiquid supply has continued to steadily rise throughout 2021. I'll just read that again real quick. Major institutional companies, big banks, Grayscale, Fidelity, Citibank, and asset management firms began hoarding Bitcoin. The rich are taking the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, taking millions of coins out of circulation, and we're going to be left not being able to get any. So, again, if I'm talking to, let's say, my friend Steve, not anyone else, because it's not financial advice, not financial advice. Steve, you need to get some more Bitcoin right now before these big banks get it, because they definitely do not want poor people getting it. They don't want to be on an even playing field. They don't want the poor to be able to share the same things as them. They want it all for themselves. They want the poor to get the scraps. Again, this might just be a little bit of saltiness that people have against the 1%, but institutional demand far exceeds ARK's expectations. Wood also commented on major tech companies adding Bitcoin on his balance sheet and Tesla's recent move to accept Bitcoin payments. Quote, "We've seen Square do this, Tesla do it, MicroStrategy it's defining its business around it now. And one of the reasons, as Tesla announced yesterday, is it would like to do business in Bitcoin in regions of the world where conversion from one fiat to another is prohibitively expensive." There's really no conversion with Bitcoin. Bitcoin stays Bitcoin. But if you take the ruble and try to convert it to the dollar, or the yuan to the dollar, it's a lot different. Bitcoin is so much easier. So hailed as a visionary by some, Cathie Wood has often been well ahead of Wall Street in adapting to an increasingly digital world. Will she be right on Bitcoin? I think so. That remains to be seen, but her past track record speaks for itself. She's been saying this for years now, that everyone should have Bitcoin as part of their portfolio. And she has been right so far. She has not led us astray. She is Aragorn. I am Legolas. I will follow wherever she leads. Guys, I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you. Let me know what you want to hear songs on piano, okay? Bye.